Facebook, Twitter, and other social media sites are accessed millions of times each day by people across the globe. But there is a group of professionals using it for another reason entirely.
Well, police departments have been using computers ever since cybercrime became an issue. So they were not unfamiliar with computers once social media came along. Now that social media is here, especially in a university town where they know that students are going to be using that, the police are pretty savvy about social media too.
State College Police Sergeant Francis McClellan says social media is specifically used by law enforcement.
Most police departments use Facebook as one of their another one of their investigation tools. Officers will create false information or false Facebook pages so they can go under and get information on people who are violating certain criminal acts.
A student riot broke out in State College last November after head coach Joe Paterno was fired. It caused thousands of dollars in property damage. But Penn State multimedia instructor Kurt Chandler says there's another factor in how the riots started.
I think that the riots last November are a classic case of news moving at different velocities on different platforms. The people who are making the decision are people my age who watch television news. So at 10:30 at night, if they announce that they're going to fire Joe Paterno, they think they've got half an hour until that information goes on to a TV newscast.
According to Chandler, around that time, a lot of people were downtown and getting the story of the firing via Twitter.
So really, about 10:30 at night, you got your maximum amount of foot traffic on a Wednesday night downtown, and the largest number of intoxicated people you're going to see downtown on a weekday. So in real time, over Twitter and over text messaging, they're finding out that Joe Paterno's been fired, and things are out of control before the police can get here.
The riot caused damage to cars, storefronts, light posts, personal injuries, and even a television news van. Police quickly got the riot under control, but next day the task shifted to finding those breaking the law.
So what the police did was they just went out and they looked on Flickr, they looked at pictures that have been published in the Center Daily Times and on COMM Media and in the Collegian, and they just did, they frame grabbed those pictures and they put those pictures onto a website and they said, "Have you seen this person?"
Beyond that tactic, State College police looked in media comment sections attached to images and video.
In the riots, we just went on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and just look for people who are commenting on it, mentioning that they were there or that they participated, and then getting their information.
That, combined with interviews on those who uploaded the videos, helped investigators find the culprits, according to Danny Shaha, Senior Director for Penn State's Office of Student Conduct.
And so the police went through a thorough investigation to try to identify who students were. I believe they used a number of students' cell phones to do that, and then interacted with a number of folks and interviewed a number of folks to try to identify, here's a video that we see, can you help us identify these students?
Then employees from the Office of Student Conduct were able to interview those involved.
And then in our process, we talked to the students also about the videos and would say, this is a video that's up on YouTube. Help us, is this you? Help us identify who this is. But, this seems to be you. What were you doing?
32 students and some adults were arrested on a range of charges. Suspects, including a man in his 40s, received everything from probation to fines and jail time. Meanwhile, police also use social media every day to prevent criminal activity. Undercover police even go online to catch pedophiles, as seen in the Dateline NBC show To Catch a Predator. Experts warn that privacy online is disappearing.
I don't think that nowadays you can have any expectation of privacy when you post something, because anybody who you're friends with can copy that picture and reshare it.
As soon as somebody posts something criminally and they share it with their friends, that person has a right to privacy in the information that they post. But if they share it with their friends, it's no longer, they don't have a right to privacy. So your friends could actually provide information to the police on you.
A concept of being anonymous on the internet has been prevalent over the last decade. However, this idea has been disappearing.
There's a certain anonymity that comes with social media, that there's a certain feeling of anonymity, I should say, that's not actually accurate. If you threaten someone on Facebook, it's just as if you were threatening them in person.
In State College, I'm Bill Hood.